arms up a little higher. The right side goes a little higher, left side's a little higher. Let those fingertips come together and form a mountain peak. And once again, over to the right, back to center, to the left. Back to that mountain peak. Now let your fingers interlace the spaces between. Turn so your knuckles are towards your head. And once again, we're going to do a bend to the right, to the center, to the left. While we're up, we're going to turn to the right, to the center, and to the left. Coming back to center. If you're comfortable with doing a back bend here, please do. If not, you can just stretch forward. Let yourself bend back and your gaze look up. And kind of let yourself slowly sway in the breeze here. Just gentle movements from side to side. Coming back to center. I can really feel my arms would like to come back down. So we're going to unlace those fingers and slowly let those arms return to your sides. But notice how they're feeling. Yeah. We got tingles here. Let yourself calm down. Here we're going to take another breath in and out. And from the waist, we're going to bend forward, but we're going to do it slowly. And notice how that spine feels. We warmed up our spine with our cat and cows. So let yourself, and head follows down through, chin to chest. Gonna step to the other part of my mat here, and allow yourself to continue to come down. Fingertips come toward the mat, and once again, let everything hang heavy. And then your shoulder girdle here, let it go from side to side. And let your arms hang loose, and do circles with them in each direction. Coming to stillness. Shaking your head, yes. Shaking your head now. Maybe you come a little closer to your mat. We're going to put our hands on either side of our feet, and the left foot takes a step back, and the right knee, the left knee comes to the mat, and the right knee comes forward. From here we rock forward and back. Enjoying a good stretch. The toes of the left foot can touch to the mat. And let yourself go from side to side as well. Option to put your hands on your knee here, on your thigh. Option for arms to go up. Stretching up, feeling that stretch. Gaze looks up. Bringing hands back to the thigh. Option to let arms come to a T and turn to the right. Returning to the knee again. Arms come to a T on the other side. And return to the knee. And once again, hands come to the mat. And let's work that stretch just a little bit more. we're going to tuck that left foot, bring that right foot behind us, tuck our toes, and go up for down dog. Build the strength in the down dog here. And then we're going to let our bodies come forward to high plank. And we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let your knees come to the mat. Let your toenails come to the mat. And as you let your belly slide forward. Hands are positioned underneath the armpits. We're going to arch our back into cobra, looking straight ahead. Now looking to the right, to the front, and to the left. Back to center. And we let ourselves come back down again. From cobra here, we come back up and push up. Once again, we push up to down dog. Feeling our stretch here, being strong. And this time, the right knee comes to the mat and left foot comes forward. As we rock forward and back. Option to bring the hands to the thigh. Option for warrior one arms looking up. Hands back to thigh. Bringing hands to a T, opening up. Remembering to breathe here. Returning to thigh. And opening up on the other side. Hands return to thigh. And we tuck our toes of the right foot, lift them up, and step them forward, coming back to a forward fold. Where we let ourselves hang. The head hangs. Let that body move from side to side. And very slowly, let yourself come back up. And from here, we extend our arms one more time into tall mountain and let ourselves arch back. Hands meet at the center as we straighten. Bring head up. Hands to heart center. Taking a breath in and out. Good job, everybody. That gets things moving, doesn't it? Okay, well, now we're all warmed up. We've done some moves. We feel like this. We're feeling good. So we're going to just do some swings here, some side to side, some spins. And we're going to focus on our pose of the day, which is a chair pose. Now with fall and winter coming, we might be spending a little more time in our chair doing some reading or crafting or, I don't know, planning. But I'm going to show how to do a chair on a chair. So you might think, well, what's the point? But there's a point. So, here's a chair. And for those of you that enjoy chair yoga rather than the standing, when you're doing a chair pose, you don't want to be like this. You want to be engaged with the floor. Your arms want to be by your sides with your hands on your thighs. You want to be pushing in to the floor, feeling the floor, and knowing that your legs are strong here. Your posture, you want to check in with your posture. Is your posture such that your head, if a string was attached, you'd be pulled right up to the ceiling? Or is it more like this? You want to have it like this. So this is a chair pose in a chair. Another thing we're going to be doing today is a revolved chair pose. So to do that, seated, you would just simply put your hands together, take a little forward turn, a forward motion forward, and now turn in each direction. Back to center, pausing for a breath in and out, and then twisting in the other direction. Back to center. Realign your posture. And there we go. You might wonder what that twisting does for you and why it's important. It works your internal organs. It helps with digestion and with getting the fluids where they need to be. It's very important, the motion and the twisting here. So even after doing that, if you haven't done it in the past, you might find that, wow, my digestion's working a whole lot better than it was before. So if you suffer from constipation or any of those problems, this is one way to gently work through that. So there's that. And we'll put the chair aside. And join me on the mat as we come with our feet about hip distance apart. And we're going to let ourselves sit back a little bit, and we're going to extend our arms up for chair. Being strong here. And then while the hands are up, let them come together, hands to heart, bring them to your chest. Let yourself bend at the waist and take a turn. Breathing in here too. Breathing in is important. And out. Returning to center. Bring those arms out again. Hands meet together. Bring them into heart center. And then revolve to the other side. Back to center. Arms back up one more time. Ooh, those legs. And straighten those legs. And bring those arms up for tall mountain one more time. And then let your feet come about 2 or 3 feet apart. And let those arms open wide. Turn your hands forward for star and look up. From star position, we're going to bring our arms into cactus arms. And we're going to do a squat here. I got a squat. Once again with the twisting, turning to the right. Back to center. And turning to the left. And back to center. Push up. Let your feet come together. Now it's time for a tree pose. So Fred was right when he had us doing our extension about how being on the mat in that pose is almost like the tree pose. So if you need to step off the mat, please do. Find a focal point. Get strong into that right foot. Toes of the left foot come up. Turn them out. Find your position. Lift that foot, press it into your calf or your ankle. Hands come to heart. And then let those hands come up in all that tree splendor. Hands come back to heart. And let that foot come down. Good job. And let those hands sweep a little bit, doing a little more of a spin, side to side. Getting ready and strong in that left foot. Coming up on the toes of that right foot, turning them out. Finding your position. and letting your tree open up. Good job. Hands to heart and down. Good. Let's return back to the mat. We're going to do a forward fold down, doing it nice and slow. Letting your head hang here. Hands come to the mat, bend at the knees, and back to downward dog. In downward dog, we're going to come forward into plank. And this time we're going to try for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and knees to the mat. And let your toes come back down here and be on your belly. And let yourself have a little bit of turn from side to side. And let your head rest on the mat, on your cheek from one side. Take a deep breath in, and then the other. Turning your head to the center. Letting your arms be flat on the mat like the Sphinx, the different of the Cobra, and letting yourself look up. Gaze looks up. You can feel that stretch into your belly and below. And then from Sphinx, we're going to push back into a child's pose. So once again, push. Toes of the feet come together. And let yourself melt in for a well-earned child's pose. And we'll prepare for a cool down and Savasana. So if you want to get your blankets and the lights ready in your area, please do. So when you're ready to come out from child's pose, let yourself come to a supine position on the mat. And do a full body stretch. And then pull your knees into your chest. And gently let yourself rock from side to side. Putting your arms out by your side. Letting your knees fall over toward the left as your head turns and gaze looks out over your right shoulder. Returning those feet to the mat, knees are bent. Put your hands down by your side and inch those heels of your feet back towards your fingertips. And when you feel ready, lift those hips up for a bridge pose. Option to hold bound hands underneath the arch of your bridge. Take a deep breath in here and out. And letting yourself come back down to the mat. Once again, spreading the arms to the shape of a T and letting those knees fall to the right. Gaze looks to the left. When you feel ready, once again, one more big stretch, full body stretch, and then let yourself and your mind relax into your mat. Come into stillness. And taking a rest, knowing that if you stayed with us the whole time, you've turned over a new leaf today. You've worked on some things you didn't do before. Taking a little time every day to practice will make the biggest difference. Taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let your body relax and melt into your mat. Relaxing, starting at your head. Soften your eyes, your jaw, your ears, your shoulders and your neck. Relax into your mat. Your shoulders, your back, midsection. Wiggle those hips a little bit, let them loosen up. Down toward the thighs and the knees, calves. Wiggle those toes a little. Ankles, and settle in. A Celtic morning prayer. Grant me times today, times of stillness, spreading like ripples on water. May your peace fill me. Grant me times today, times of laughter that transform today. May your joy sustain me. Grant me times today, times of blessings, feeding my soul. May your love surround me. Each day is born with a sunrise and ends in a sunset. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Bringing back in mind if it started to wander, taking one more moment for a deep breath in and out. And then letting yourself have some gentle movements, maybe starting at the bottom with your feet and working up through. And when you feel ready, turning to one side or the other into the position of the dreaming child. and letting yourself come back up into an easy seated position. Taking a breath in and out. Next breath in. Let your hands rise up as you breathe in. Hands meet together. As you exhale, bring them down to heart center. Gracious God, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. We give thanks to you, Lord, for the seasons of fall, with its new beginnings, abundant harvests that feed the hungry, and rhythms of change in nature that moves us to reflect on. And Lord, with God, with awe and praise, we thank you. And together we say, Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for joining us today for Faith in Yoga. My hope is you will turn over a new leaf, even if it's just a teeny tiny leaf. The littlest leaf and the littlest change can make a big difference. So I'll see you all next week. My thanks to Fred, Aaron Porter, and Glenn Gilbrecht for helping us bring this together today. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.